Morning, Miss Ray.
Good morning, Mama.
So, do you know what we're doing today?
Making deodorant?
Have you ever done this before?
No.
No. Would you like to learn how?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, awesome. So, I've made deodorant before. I'm going to make some again. And my daughter, Miss Ray, has never done this. So, if she can do it, guess what? Y'all can do it too. So, what I like to do is I like to save old deodorant little containers and end up pouring and making my own deodorant.
I crafted some paper bag armor.
Whoa, paper bag armor, that's pretty cool. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to show you guys is if Miss Ray could hold this for me. This old tube is a it used to be a very expensive natural deodorant. This thing cost me about $6 to $8 when I originally bought it. And I want you to see something. See how much of my finger can go down there? You know, not much. That's all the deodorant I was paying for. And if you don't believe me, you know, we can roll this thing up here. Can you roll that for me, baby, so I can hold the camera? Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, keep going. Yep. Okay, we're going to try to take this out. You take that out. Keep going. Keep rolling. Almost there. All right. Keep going. Almost there. Almost there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All right. So right here, we're at the very tail end. Keep going, babe. Keep going. Yep. There. Okay, yay. So this little device is what pushes the deodorant up. But do you see right here this little disc inside? Not the one all the way to the bottom, but right here on the stem, this little guy, right here. This little guy stops this guy from going all the way to the bottom. So it only goes to about here or so. You're paying maybe $5 to $7 for half of the possible volume. Where these, okay, this is this used to be the crappy, highly toxic deodorant, and this little guy goes all the way to the very bottom. So, see the difference in these tubes? This guy is just going to hold more. So if you make your own, it's not only a better value, but you get to reuse the containers, recycle, reuse, and you end up making more deodorant that's going to fit in every tube. And funny thing is, this container is actually, let me run to the laundry room. La 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 la. Okay, it's an old Resolve Stain Fighter stick, but guess what? It works the exact same way, and we're going to make our own deodorant. Are you excited? Yes? Okay. So, Ray, you've started using deodorant, yes? Yes? Okay. And you know Mommy buys you the natural kind? Uh-huh. I think we can transition you into what? Homemade. Yeah. So, this I'm probably not going to use today, but I might go ahead and reuse this container for my daughter since she doesn't use nearly as much deodorant. I'm filling it up anyway, but I just wanted to show you guys that of what you possibly might be buying in the store and not realizing. So, guess what you need to make your homemade deodorant? One, two, three, four, only 4, possibly 5 ingredients, and that's it. That's it. So we have our essential oils, coconut oil, baking soda, arrowroot powder, and some beeswax granules. So Ray, come on over here.
I get a stepping stool.
No, you don't need a stepping stool. So we've got about 1/3 of a cup of coconut oil, and we're going to turn on the stove. We're going to put it in this pot, and we're only going to need about 1 teaspoon of beeswax. And we're just going to melt these together on the stovetop.
Right in here?
Yep, go ahead. Pour it all in. Okay. Here, you want a scraper? Scrape all those little chunkies out. There you go. Good job. So this is really easy. And the thing is, most people have coconut oil in their house. They're cooking with it. They're making lotions with it. Most people have baking soda. If you make your own lotions or soaps, you're probably going to have your own lip balms, chapsticks. You're probably going to have some beeswax. You raise bees. Guess what? This is a wonderful ingredient. Arrowroot powder. Some people might have, some people might not. But what we're going to do is, Ray, if you would measure out 1/3 of a cup arrowroot powder, and you can just put it here in the bigger mixing cup, okay? You can just kind of pack that down a little bit. And so 1/3 of a cup.
Can I use that?
Yes, you can. 1/3 of a cup arrowroot powder, 1/3 of a cup baking soda, 1/3 of a cup coconut oil. That is the base, and it's equal parts. So if you want to do 1/4 of a cup, a whole cup, that's fine. Equal parts. That's all you need. Now the beeswax is there to help emulsify the coconut oil so that if it gets too hot, your deodorant's not going to melt. That beeswax is going to keep it solid, keep it together. And what's great is, oh, yeah, see, it's starting to melt. We want all those little beeswax granules to melt down. And the heat's not on very high, so we've got time for Ray to mix this all up. Is that good? Okay, hold on. Let's tap it down. Tap, 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 tap. Let's tap it down. Make sure we got it the right amount. Oh, I think that's enough. Okay, now we need 1/3 of a cup of baking soda. Measure that out. Yeah. It's okay if it's messy, right? Pop that in here. So as soon as the beeswax has melted into the coconut oil, we're actually going to take our dry mix here and we're going to dump it in and just let it all kind of soak together. So Ray, if you could kind of stir around that oil and just keep stirring. Thank you. So once this powder has mixed into the oil and we've got a good thick kind of pasty stuff, then we're going to add, when it's not too hot anymore, our essential oils. I have peppermint and lavender, and you can do really whatever essential oils you like for scent. That's really all it is. You don't have to add a scent. I like to. Again, you don't have to. And the beautiful part about this is, as far as ratios of beeswax to oil, every cup of oil would require 1 tablespoon of beeswax. So since I have 1/3 of a cup of oil here, I went ahead and did about 1/3 of a tablespoon of beeswax. And really, that's it, guys. So watch your hands, honey, it's hot. And see, the coconut oil chunks have already melted down. And we're just waiting for these tiny little granules to melt. And they will melt here pretty fast. And again, it's just an emulsifier. If you don't want the beeswax, you don't have to have the beeswax. It's really just in case it gets too hot. So if you're prepping, storing anything, you want to make some extra deodorant and put it on the side. If you have a root cellar, a cool place, the coconut oil will be fine. If it gets a little hot wherever you live, Oklahoma, Texas, that's where the beeswax is going to really come in handy. It'll kind of be like a thick gel if that happens. So, all right. You know what's funny? My stove isn't working. That is really funny. Is that why the beeswax wasn't melting? My stovetop wasn't working. I do not have any prepper fixes for a stove. Oh, it's hot now. Yay! Okay. But see, things happen, and that's not a big deal. Heat's on now. Yes, you may start stirring again. But if my 8-year-old can do this and make deodorant, you guys can. And you can do large quantities, small quantities. I like to do small. I just have a little bit. I might have enough for maybe 1 or 2 sticks here. I'm not going to make huge batches. I'm just going to make a tiny little batch for as many sticks as I have available to fill. Sometimes it's 1 stick, sometimes it's 10. It really just depends on what I've got. So, and you know what, ladies? If I am tired and if I see a really good sale on natural deodorant, I might buy that too. This is just things that most people already have in their home. The arrowroot powder and the beeswax are maybe you have, maybe not. But the arrowroot powder is awesome to have for other things too. Beeswax is great for all sorts of homemade cosmetics, lotions, balms, chapsticks, whatever you got. So it's good to have. Oh, look at that. That quick. Now that my stove is actually on, it's finally heated. Okay, so let's start pouring. See all that lovely oil? Go ahead and sprinkle some of that powder in.
Sprinkle?
Yeah, just, there you go.
Okay.
There, that's good. About half of it. Let's mix it up. Okay, here you go. Mix it up. Good job. Carefully. Don't, there you go. There you go. Good job. Okay, go ahead and put the other half in. I'll hold the whisk for you. And I'll stir while you sprinkle, okay? Go ahead. Put in all of it. Okay. So this nice paste here, I mean, it's going to be really hot. And as it cools, that's what's going to solidify into your deodorant stick. And that's it.
Mommy, what about the essential oils?
The essential oils, we're going to wait for this to cool down just a tiny bit. The process would have been done by now, actually, had the stove been working for me. But you know what? If you don't have a stove, you're in college, you know, if you have access to a microwave, or even if it's a hot summer day, and that oil is on the porch, and it's liquid, and you can put that beeswax in it, you know, I mean, that's what we've got. This beautiful, thick paste. Okay? And I'm actually going to pour it right here into this little guy.
Mommy, look what I got now.
All right, hear that?
He made me stuff. He got me stuff.
Yeah. So, Ray, will you take that red spatula and start scraping this stuff out? Don't hurt yourself. Don't burn yourself. Thank you. Good job. So, it really is just this easy, guys.
Isaac, I can't take my stuff off.
So, and this is basically made with the powder, the oil. There you go. There you go. Good job. Just barely over half a cup of hot mixture. And again, it's going to solidify here. Thanks, baby. And you have your little guy. Okay. So when it's in this tiny cup, I'm just feeling it. It's still pretty hot. I'm just going to give it a minute or two to calm down. Yeah, it's still pretty hot. So since that's hot, I'm just going to stir and kind of let that heat evaporate off. So would you like to mix? Oh, you're going to sneeze? Sorry.
We need to do sort of you can do this.
It's okay, boys. Everybody knows you're here. Would you like to say hello?
Hi.
Hello. So, yep, still just kind of stirring. And, you know, if you want to make several batches while a friend stirs this, you could have your other batch already almost done. So, I'd say it would take an hour or two while the stick solidifies. If you want to speed that process up, you could totally stick it in the freezer or the refrigerator. So, Ray, would you like peppermint, lavender, a mixture of the two? What would you like in this deodorant stick?
A mixture.
Mixture of the two?
Okay. And I had them how many drops?
Okay, so you're going to want about 10 drops.
Of each?
No, just one. One type will do. So we could do 5 and 5 with this batch. 5 peppermint, 5 lavender. All right. So it's starting to get a little thick on the spoon or spatula. And as it's dripping down, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's starting to get thicker as it thins. This is good. This is looking really good. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and unscrew the lavender.
Oh, right, we need a lavender.
Yeah. Do I need a dropper for that? No? Perfect. All right, go ahead and do 5. Good job. Put the lid back on. And,
I can do that.
you're going to need a dropper with this one, baby. Let me grab you a dropper. Okay, here's your dropper. Don't touch the glass part.
What happens if I touch the glass?
Well, essential oil safety is very important. Go ahead and get some. There you go. All right, get ready. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Squeeze the rest of the oil back in the bottle. Good job. And I'll take the lid. Now, would you put the lid back on the peppermint, please? So, essential oil safety is very important, as I was telling my daughter. And as I stir this again, oh, look, it's a little thicker. Bless you. You okay? Essential oils, if they're not diluted properly with a carrier oil such as peppermint, really good for you, but it burns. It's hot stuff. It's called a hot oil. Lavender is more forgiving. Most lavender will be okay, but you get it in your eyes, your mouth, it will hurt something awful. So oregano, peppermint, fennel, these oils can burn the skin if not properly diluted with a carrier oil such as olive oil, coconut oil, some type of lotion, something to make sure that it doesn't burn your skin. But the beautiful part is when it does have that carrier oil, it absorbs into your skin within about 26 seconds. So you can get a lot of great health benefits from that. Okay, so this is the tube I'm going to start with. I've put the little guy all the way down at the bottom, and I'm just going to pour.
Now it's perfectly fine. I used 2 lemons. Mommy, can you put it in the fridge?
Yeah, we can put it in the fridge. So there's that one tube. Now that 1/2 cup of hot liquid basically did that one tube, and I've got this little bit. But this is why I like to do small batches. Not every single container I'm going to do is the same size, so I don't know what size your containers are. I cannot guarantee that, you know, this amount of hot liquid will guarantee this amount of deodorant containers. That's why, again, I like to do small batches. And, you know, this guy is almost the same height, but just a little bigger. So we're going to do a few more batches together. I will go ahead and do another little short video of what it looks like when it's solidified, if you guys would like to see that. Would you like to make a few more batches? Yeah? Okay. So it's really that easy, guys. We'll get back to you as soon as it's solid. Sound good? All right. Over and out. Bye.